But Rajat, you looked at Manipur also, and we've not even spoken about it. Again, the politics of Manipur has dramatically transformed. The BJP was nowhere in Manipur 5 years ago. It formed a government despite being the second largest party only. Suddenly, the BJP is a party to reckon with in Manipur. Indian politics changes faster than one can imagine.
See, Congress had a 15 years long reign in Manipur. They gave way to BJP's minority government. BJP ran the state with a minority of 20 seats out of 60. They ran it successfully for 5 years, did a lot of good things. And I think if they're able to cross the majority number on their own, it will be a very big sort of a remaking of a northeastern story for the BJP. Especially in a state which has been marred by insurgency, marred by violence, there is still, some level of traction for the Congress left. But Congress is decimated over there. Congress was the pole opposition party. But look at the others' number. These are all the small parties which are in alliance with the BJP.
But the truth also is the BJP has played a very intelligent game in both Goa and in Manipur of Congressifying it. Whenever there's a Congress leader who has any strength in his constituency, has resources, the BJP has taken them over.
Congress used to do it in the heydays.
Yeah, so you see, you've got the Northeast where whoever is in power in the center has an advantage in the Northeast, but today the Congress is not in any state in the Northeast and the BJP has grown there. In Goa, very interestingly, more than half the BJP candidates are not original BJP members. They've all come from other parties. We saw that in Puducherry too. So the BJP has different strategies for different states. In small states where they haven't got a footprint in the past, they've used the Congress to grow or the regional parties to grow. In Goa, for example, they used the MGP in its early years to grow. The BJP is a party which is far-sighted, looks for any opportunity. The Congress never knows, as some say, how to miss an opportunity. Never knows how to miss an opportunity. Never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity.
Look at the numbers coming in from Punjab. The Aam Aadmi Party, Preeti, at 23, the Congress at 18. It's tighter by these trends just at this moment than how the AAP imagines this result to be. Is that their worst nightmare, a fractured house?
This would be giving right now some very uneasy moments where the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. They were hoping they would have taken a huge lead right from the word go.
A kind of history repeating itself.
I hope not for the Aam Aadmi Party.
That's their worry.
That's their worry. Because
but Rajdeep, I think we are getting less seats from Malwa. Let's keep that in mind. Malwa, there are just 5 or 6 seats, which is where
these are also
they are
very
hoping
initial
to do
trends.
Malwa will pretty much decide where.
I'll tell you what the Aam Aadmi Party strategy is. And this is what a leading pollster also suggested to me yesterday. Malwa could be the Delhi of 2015. What is that? 69 seats on offer. I sweep Malwa, then I don't need Doaba and Majha. What happened in 2017? The Aam Aadmi Party didn't do as well as it wanted in Malwa and made 0 gains in Doaba and Majha. Virtually got wiped out there. So they need Malwa. Without Malwa, Aam Aadmi Party cannot get a majority. No one can get a majority.
But if you look at our election dashboard right now, Aam Aadmi Party is doing not so badly in Majha. And especially the areas which were Akali dominated.
No, but this is true. The fact is that the AAP has been able to penetrate into areas of Amritsar and Taran where they weren't present in 2017. They've grown the party on the ground. As we travelled across the state in 2017, there was no talk of the Jhadu in areas around Amritsar. This time, I was standing at a Congress rally, just talking to people. Sidhu was speaking and I asked, who do you think is winning? And they said, Jhadu. And I was like, but you're standing at a Congress rally, why are you talking about Jhadu? They said, nahi, but aise hi hoga. Just the next day, I was with Bikram Majithia at an Akali rally and talking to people again, and I asked them who's winning, and they said the Jhadu. When things like that happen, you really wonder whether there's a big wave that's coming.
Malwa, 8 seats at the moment. AAP leading in 6, Congress in 2. If AAP wins Malwa, it's game, set and match. You cannot then expect a repeat of 2017. But the moment you go to Doaba, for example, it becomes, this is where the Congress hopes to do well, and the Congress is doing well. This is where you have the maximum Dalit population. Congress leading in 8, AAP in 5, SAD, which is in combination with BSP in 3. And then when you go to Majha, which is right at the top, Gurdaspur, Amritsar, AAP leading in 13, Congress in 8. And this is the story. Because if AAP is able to get seats in Majha, as our exit poll has suggested, in addition to Malwa, then you are looking at a massive sweep. Because then you build your base in Malwa and you add your votes from Majha. So actually when you look at the numbers, Aam Aadmi Party has reason to believe that they can cross the magical halfway mark at the moment in the state there. So that's the good news for them.
Although, look
at
out
the
for
moment.
Uttar Pradesh, where the battle seems much tighter than the polls seem to have suggested. But just very initial trends right now, 73 leads for the BJP, down 32 from the last elections, 64 leads for the Samajwadi Party, up 41 from the last elections. So Akhilesh Yadav will look and say, Tiger abhi zinda hai. Akhilesh is still in this fight.
Akhilesh is still in the fight, but the best news for the BJP is that they are not losing as much as they feared in Western UP. BJP leading in 33 in Western UP, Samajwadi Party 20, RLD in 7, BSP in 1. And we've looked at Rohilkhand also as part of this. The fact is that if the BJP holds its own in Western UP, it is in pole position to form a government.
It's not going as per, at least right now, Western UP is not going as per our exit poll.
It's not going
It's
as
not
per our
going
exit poll,
not
yes.
even close.
See, Rajdeep,
Not even close. Look at
Rajdeep,
RLD and
the
Very
BJP's
early trend,
I
very
agree,
early
I
trend.
The
agree.
BJP's
I
own
am just-
assessment for Western UP was
Yes.
34 seats winning. 28 seats compared to last time lost. And saying the numbers, as you're saying, leads are in sync with that.
You know, very competitive Purvanchal, BJP leading in 23, Samajwadi Party 17, SBSP of Om Prakash Rajbhar in 4, the Nishad Party in 1, the Apna Dal breakaway group in 1, the BSP in 1, and the Apna Dal, which is a ally of the BJP in 1. So you've got a more fractured mandate at the moment in Eastern UP. The BJP's lead that it has of 73 to 64 is only coming from Western. I expect once Eastern starts giving us more results, and Awadh, where at the moment it's 11 on. I believe Awadh is where the BJP will hope to really push ahead in UP
Rajdeep, the
at the moment.
SBSP Rajbhar's party is doing well.
It is expected, you know, for our
It wasn't,
viewers.
as per our exit poll, it wasn't expected.
Let me explain to our viewers. SPSP is a small party formed by Om Prakash
Stringers.
Rajbhar. The
Stringers.
Rajbhars believe that, you know, they trace their ancestry to Suhail Dev and all the fights and battles that they fought against the Mughals. In every constituency, Rahul Srivastava will correct me, across Eastern UP, there are about 8 to 10,000.
126 constituencies.
136
126 constituencies.
where there
they
are more
have a
than
say.
10,000 voters of
Not just say,
Rajbhars.
they have a credible say. They are just 3%, but have tremendous presence in these.
Now, they were an ally of the BJP in 2017. They switched because Om Prakash Rajbhar, who along with his son has tried to form his sort of own, you know, thought, Mera bhi party banna chahiye, and wanted reservations separate to